Why you need to pay Russian women. A very naive video. Get rid of Russian, and it's a proper question. Why do you need to pay women? Because it's the same worldwide, all cultures. And before we get into this young man's naive video, I'm going to give you the very, very, very simple explanation. All you guys, this isn't just anecdotal experiences that I've seen myself. This is everyone. You've seen women laughing and enjoying each other's company, no men around. You know why? Women prefer the company of other women. That's who they actually want to be with. And none of these girls have to pay for each other's drinks. So when you're a man who's on a date, you're paying for the woman's company because you want to be with her and she doesn't want to be with you. I'm going to repeat that. You want to be with her, she doesn't want to be with you. And that's why. And since you know this now, that's the only reason that this is going on. And that's where the payment comes from. You're paying for a woman's company and she's not promising anything else.
Okay, so before we start, I want to explain why I've done this video. Where am I going with this? What's the point?
I know what the point of this guy's video is. He is begging, he's hoping things will change, even though there's no way it's going to change, right? So we'll get ahead of this and we'll get into what women say.
Mindset. They say things like a man's wallet is a shared wallet and a woman's wallet is a private wallet. This is ridiculous.
No, it isn't. It's exactly what you should expect if you want something from them and they don't want anything from you. So you're paying them. So it makes perfect sense. The average guy, this is only 3 years old, doesn't want to admit what the dynamics are.
It's like, are you serious? How are you saying those things and people just nod? Those women are even surprised that the interviewer is asking those questions. It's like, don't you know this?
Of course. I'm not surprised, by the way, that people are asking these questions. They're asking these questions. You don't want to admit what's going on. That's what it is. Men don't want to admit that they're paying for women's company. It is just another form of prostitution. Okay, so let's get into the question.
Let's start. Why does Russian women expect from a man to pay?
It's a very interesting question.
Bad start. When you use the word interesting, that's a bad start. Prepare for the gaslighting.
And actually, if I start to think about it, I have no answer.
Yeah, she's actually being honest. You know why women don't have awareness of their desires? They don't need to know. They get what they want. So if something's not broke, you don't fix it. So of course they lack desire. And the ones that do become aware are dishonest.
I don't know, it's in my blood. That if man invited me on a date, so I expect him to pay.
Why?
Because he invited me on a date.
Let's say I'm with you on a date.
Okay.
I like you.
Yeah.
Maybe you like me.
Maybe.
See, just put it. Why would she go on a date with a guy she's indifferent with? Right. Because he bribed her. That's what the date is. It's a bribe for a company. So think about that, guys. When you go on dates, you can't look at other guys and say they're pathetic. Because if you go on a date, you're pathetic.
And the bill comes and I want to pay just for my half. What's wrong with that?
It's okay, but maybe that will not be the next date with you.
Okay, she's laughing because she just contradicts herself. It's not okay. She said, oh, it's okay, but there won't be a second date. So it's not okay. Okay. Look at the embarrassing laughing. She's laughing because she's basically exposed her motivations, and she's also laughing because it doesn't matter. She's going to get what she wants.
You will not have another date with me.
No.
I'm Russian. And for us, Man who can't pay, who doesn't feel like he have to do it, he's not for us.
And by the way, again, she's calling herself Russian like that means anything. I want you guys to think, what country anywhere has the standard of paying Dutch, of splitting the bill? No country. All women are the same, countrywide, worldwide. They all think like this woman. The only difference is that these women are being upfront about it, and the women in Europe and North America know to gaslight us.
But why?
Because how he can show us what he can protect if
This is bullshit. For one thing, this woman, this is before the war, so of course this woman was living a safe life. They don't need protection from men. So that's just an excuse for their usury. Also, why wouldn't a man need to protect a woman? So you need to protect her because she doesn't give a shit about your humanity. She's not with you for you. Okay? And this is the basics for every woman. Every woman's like this. All, not almost, or not majority, or generally, all.
us what he
A real man. See, this is why I reject the real man label. Real man means servant. Do you understand? That's what it actually means. That you serve and you sacrifice yourself for a person who sees themselves as better than you. Right. So I spit on the real man label.
real man.
I wouldn't feel any obligations to a man who takes zero responsibility for me. And for me it would be fine, but it would be this scenario of open, free relationship.
Right. So if I paid for you, what obligations do you have for me?
She's laughing because it's a ridiculous question. The women don't have any obligation. You know why? Because the man has no leverage in this particular situation. Men have no leverage in relationships. Men want to be with her. She doesn't give a shit about being with men. And so, of course, she's laughing. This guy's a fool to ask her. Let me show you something else. This is a woman who decided to marry her dog after she got fed up in her last relationship. And she's got a rocking body. And this is a good-looking woman. She could get a man if she wanted. And she has no shame about publicly marrying her dog. Because no one comes up to her and says, oh, you're into bestiality. If a man did this, they would accuse him of they'd mock him relentlessly about being sexually attracted to animals and demonize him. But when a woman does it, people know they can't attack her. And by the way, this dog, everyone, does he have to pay for anything? No. She's paying this dog for his existence. This dog will be in her apartment doing nothing all day, every day, and she'll come home, open the door, and be glad to see this dog. She cares about the dog for itself. The man has to pay because women don't want to be around men. I'm telling that over and over again. That has to be hammered home.
No obligation.
You see what I mean? That's the weird part. Is like, why am I buying?
So you admit you're buying something. So what's so weird about any of this? What's weird to him is he wants intimacy. That's what men are hoping for. They're paying for a woman's company, but hoping for intimacy. But the hope is usually in vain. Because a woman isn't looking for intimacy with a man. That's what her girlfriends are for.
Oh no, you are not buying.
So what am I doing here?
But come on, have you ever...
She's gaslighting, you're not buying. So you're paying for this woman's company. Of course he is. She's just telling a bold-faced lie. So this is where the honesty ends.
ever brought flowers to a woman?
That's
Why?
different because it's a gift.
No, it isn't a gift. It's a bribe. Because if it was a gift, then women would gift men equally. You'd have women giving flowers to men. No, it's a bribe.
Yes, but you just make something to please her.
But if we want to stay like friends, okay.
We don't need to listen to this one. She talks about biological reductionism. That's when people try to make excuses by talking about our biology. So get past her.
Это значит, что он не может себе позволить. Это значит гораздо больше, чем просто не заплатил. Это значит, что он не умеет создавать материю.
It doesn't mean he can't just pay. It means he can't manifest things. That means produce things for her. And it's not just Russian women. That's all women. That's why there are housewives in an era when housework is easy. Because the man is bribing the woman, and that's worldwide again. This has nothing to do with being Russian.
Скорее всего. Либо что он жадный. Что тоже, собственно, неинтересно.
That's not very attractive. Exactly. Women are attractive to men with money because they're attracted to the money. We don't even exist to these people.
If you are living with your partner,
Yeah.
who pays the rent?
He's not a partner. If he's paying the rent, she's the boss, he's the servant.
He.
What is it? It's a rule?
It's almost the rule. So it comes from our culture.
Okay, now there's more gaslighting. They're going to try and blame the culture for what they want. Once you say, oh, look, if you don't want to do something, the culture teaching you doesn't affect you. Like once you're free of it, you stop doing it. These women are doing this because they want to do this. So this guy's going to let this woman gaslight him about the culture.
Mothers teach their sons from the very childhood, okay, you will be the head of your family and you have to...
Head of the family just means servant again. It's like real man. You're not in charge. What you are is you're a manager. You're someone who has to do work, the bulk of the work. While the successful owner gets to go on vacation. So all these guys who go on about the head of the family, they're bragging up their servitude. I have nothing but contempt for that.
Support and pay for everything. Not all men actually agree with this, but anyway, they just do it.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if they agree or not, because there's no leverage for men. I'm going to say it again to keep pounding it through. Women want to be with other women. They don't want to be with men. And so, of course, she's laughing. All these women are laughing. In the end, men don't agree, but who cares? Because in the end, she doesn't care if the man actually gets together with her. And he's the one who cares.
If you pay equally, yeah, for the rent, then she should come and say, I spent 5,000 for food now, please give me my part. Do you think it's like, make any sense? Would you like it?
I live like that. Where everything we buy, we split. Even if she eats more and I eat more, whatever, we split it. Rent, we split.
I would freak out if I would have to
Okay, now this woman's being honest.
to count every
Not
rupee.
count. You just decide to split all the food and decide to split all the rent. You don't need to count.
Then I don't know. Then this man, like the man like this, with whom I have this kind of relationship, I only need him for fun. And the first problem we face, I'm out.
Finally, I'm glad this woman was actually honest. As soon as some kind of rough road comes along, I'm out. And this is true for all women. I'm going to say it again, all women, not generalizing, all. You have to bribe them into the life, and if you're not bribing them, they don't stay. Right? And this is why lesbian relationships usually don't last long, because neither one of them are willing to bribe one another. Again, get past this woman because she has nothing to say. Do you think the main difference between Russian point? Oh yeah,
The
right.
main difference between the Russian point of view to this and the European point of view.
I think
There's no difference. European women feel the exact same as Russian women. Well, sorry, women. They simply aren't willing to admit it.
It comes from feminism, for sure. In Russia, we don't have such many feminists.
Okay, now she's trying to blame feminism for what she's doing. There's no difference. Feminist women become housewives. We all know it. We've all seen it. Again, this is not anecdotal experiences. This is observable reality.
We have, for sure, and I really respect the ideas. But as for me, I do not want to fight for my rights. No. Maybe I'm a lucky woman.
She doesn't want to fight for her rights because she has all the rights. If she didn't have rights, she'd be fighting for them. So
I don't meet a lot of men who want to suppress me. Yeah. So if I met a man and he wants to,
she hasn't met any man who wants to suppress her. These men don't suppress women. And that's why she doesn't care about what it is. There's two types of women. If you're talking about, let's not generalize. There are the trad-con women like this who want a man to take care of her. Then there's the feminist women who also want men to take care of her, but she also wants to demonize men too. That's the only difference between these two types of women. It's a measure of hostility to men. That's it. This woman has low hostility, but she's still going to use men. Feminist women also want to use men, but they have high hostility. That's it.
to pay for me it has nothing with, I want to suppress you, I want something from you, you are my thing. No, it's just about, hey, I can see the beautiful woman and I can take care of you and I want to take care of you. And it's absolutely okay for me.
There you go. So that she just was honest to this guy and explained everything. She's willing to give herself to a man who's willing to pay for her and take care of her so she doesn't have to work. The man is her workhorse. And she's happy with that.
There's many Russian women who are very talented, very strong, very independent, but they still want the men to earn more than them.
Yeah, that's true, because we can do everything. But
it's not about dependence then, is it? It's simply that the man wants to be with the woman doesn't give a shit about being with the man. I'm saying that over and over again. So he has to pay. Men are paying women for their company.
we do not want to be everything and to do everything.
Because?
Because we want masculine power near us. We want to be women.
Masculine power. Notice everything, when a man, it's all servitude. The man is this woman's servant, and they always put it in terms that placates our egos. You're a real man. You're a head of the household. You're powerful. I don't feel powerful when I'm someone's little servant boy.
We want to be feminine.
Очень много.
Feminine also means in charge. You don't have to work, the man works. And he has to make all the hard decisions. And the woman doesn't have to make any responsibilities.
Женщин, которые в женском теле на самом деле мужчины. Они не женщины. Нет, это я говорю про европейские женщины, у которых нет женской энергии, которые не прокачаны как женщины.
А почему?
Потому что они, во-первых, тяжело работают.
She's saying these women don't know how to be feminine. Feminine is basically faking liking the man. That's all feminine means. These women are willing to fake liking the man, and the Western women are upfront about hating men. In that way, I prefer Western women.
Во-вторых, не позволяют себе быть женщинами. Они не знают, что такое быть женщиной. Они не виноваты в этом. Так сложилась ситуация, что...
No, they know exactly. They are women 100%. They're one of the half. Like I said, they're the women who have low hostility and are willing to gaslight men, and then there's the ones that have high hostility and are upfront with it. Both groups of women still get what they want.
Европейские женщины, в принципе, забыли, кто они такие. Они заблудились. Они не знают, что такое быть женщиной. Они не чувствуют, у них нет чувственности. Как они могут передать эту чувственность мужчине?
There's no sensitivity of using a man. I'm going to show this again. this dog doesn't have to work for a living. This woman wants this dog around for itself. There's nothing sensitive about making a man pay for you. That's the complete opposite of sensitivity.
Мужчине.
That's why actually a lot of European men, they love Russian women because they have this kind of women magic,
Well, they're fooled by Russian women.
this feminine energy, you know?
Super inflammatory stuff. I mean, it's very easy to get mad at this, but I had to remind myself in this point that most of this stuff is not even their opinion. It's the Russian mindset. It's what they keep hearing in their country about Europe.
It is their opinion, pal. Because I hear this talk everywhere in the West. That's North America, South America, Europe, Africa. So this guy is denying reality.
European women and about how important it is to maintain this kind of balance between men and women and money.
There is no balance. The women have all the cards. That's why the man pays.
This whole thing made me think, wait, if money is so important for them and their relationship, what happens if the man starts earning less than the woman?
Then she gets rid of him. I mean, we already know that.
What if your husband earns less money than you? How would you feel?
I have this wish to be with the man who is bigger than me. I don't know why. Maybe from these fairy tales.
It's an attack dog. That's another form of servitude, guys. They want an attack dog to attack other men. That's what it is. That's why they want a big man. That's why women like height in a man. They want an attack dog. So if some serf, another man, gets in their face, they just stick their attack dog on them.
You know, oh, it was such a prince, you know, I don't know, the fairy tales actually, huh? They put such a bullshit ideas in our minds.
No, she's gaslighting this guy. If it was bullshit ideas, she wouldn't behave like this. She would say, oh, I see that this is bullshit and I'm not going to do it anymore. But she just told this guy up front that if the guy doesn't pay, there's not going to be a second date. So this guy is going to be a sucker and accept this gaslighting because he's in denial about what gender relationships are about.
Why? But yes, it works. So I really want man that he earn more money than me. I don't know why. Because he's a man and
I don't know why. He is a man. There you go.
I'm a strong woman. That's why I want to be more soft and I want to be more feminine. And I think when
I don't want to work for a living. That's what she means.
If I earn more money than my husband, so that means that here I also more strong than my man.
Because money represents power.
Money represents power. That's how it is in this.
Money represents labor. So if she's making more money than him, she's in her mind saying, I'm working more than he is. And the reason I have him around is to work for me. That's what they're really saying.
World.
Если ты зарабатываешь больше, чем твой парень,
Да,
ты находишь его привлекательным до сих пор?
да.
Ты
Ради
его не
бога.
бросишь?
Нет, я его не брошу. Зачем?
Ты сказала, что если я за него заплачу, я уже становлюсь мужчиной.
Но я за него не плачу, мы не говорили. Этот момент мы не обговаривали.
Так подожди.
Yeah, so she's lying. She's with a man who makes more than her. And she would dump this guy. She would never get together with him in the first place. So she's just lying to this guy again.
Ты зарабатываешь больше его?
Но он продолжает платить за нас всех. Что да?
See, they're laughing. Both of them are laughing. So I don't find it funny. She said he still pays for everything, whether she makes more or not, because he's paying for her company. I need to keep stressing that to you guys.
Интересно. I feel like here we have the biggest hole in their theory. If she earns more than her man, he still pays for everything. He still pays for rent, for food, for everything.
They didn't give a theory. They're just saying they want a man to pay, and he's paying.
I mean, it doesn't really sound like love to me.
It isn't love. Well, duh. There have been men in history that have known that and said that. There's been philosophers who've recognized it.
Sounds like something else. Sounds like, I don't even know.
It's prostitution. That's right. The man is paying the woman for a company. That's what it is.
Like a BDSM relationship or something, where the man keeps paying for stuff just because he's with a woman. But this
Now you're getting it, yeah.
stuff obviously works for them. This is how they live in Russia. So I'm trying
This is how they live everywhere. And you're right. That's why it happens. It works for them. That's right.
to understand. What am I not getting here? What is it?
You're in denial of the reality of gender relations. That's what you're not getting. That's what's going on here. If this guy got it, he would probably become depressed.
Let's say I have a lot of money and I want to travel.
The reason women want to travel, because it's status. That's why. She didn't say she wants to see the Riviera or go anywhere particular, right? She just wants to travel. Travel means high status. You have to have money to travel. And that's why she wants to travel.
And I have two choices at this time, right? I can go travel alone with my money, or I should pay for my man. And the situation where I pay for a man, it really puts me down. It's like...
You know why? Because she doesn't want to be with the man. The man doesn't mean anything to her. That's why.
2 times I make it and then my libido is disappearing. I think it's also a very natural reaction. Even if I don't expect a man to pay for me all the time, for sure I don't expect a man let me spend.
She does expect men to pay, or she doesn't deal with them. And she just admitted that. So it's always this back and forth. They'll admit the truth, then jump to a lie.
My money that I made for him.
I want the man with whom I can be more woman, you know.
She means in charge and not have to do any work.
And you cannot be a woman if you earn more than your husband.
For me, earning money, it's more about masculine energy. So
Yeah, there you go. You know, I don't know how much more we need to actually go through here. Because these guys, we're just saying the same thing over and over again. They're saying the same things over again. And this guy refuses to get it.
Amazing. And that is that they came up and expressed the Russian mindset to the best of their ability. This is what they've been taught since childhood.
And the guy's now making excuses for them. Pal, what's your name? Arthur Moore. If it was just about being taught, women would reject it if it was just that. They do this because they want it this way. They haven't been taught this way. They want it this way. I'm going to say it that again. They want it this way. And if you ever see this video, you'll reject what I have to say, because for a man to be in denial about gender relations like this guy is at this point in history, shows you that men are never going to get it. They don't want to get it. I have nothing but contempt for gender relations. And we'll end it here.